it's your High Priestess Moon here, and welcome to a brand new series called Build With Me. In this series, I'm going to guide you along on how to build these projects with me. So if you're interested in building this Victorian style house behind me today, stay tuned and follow along. Let's get started. To start, what we need to do is make a 8x8 square. So you would put a post here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and put your next log there and continue that pattern to make a perfect square. Next, from that square, we're going to go 1, 2, 1, 2, 3 to get this log placement, and then we're going to go 1, 2, 1, 2 to get this log placement. Then we're going to go over 1, 2, 3 to get this log, and we're going to repeat that pattern all the way up to make a nice half circle. And then from that last one, we're going to go 2 over. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we're going to go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Place your log, and that should match up with the back over there. And this is going to be our starting base for this house. So the next thing we need to do is build this up a little higher. I'm going to start this square here at 5 high. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're actually going to be building this one just a little bit taller. We're going to add 3 on the tops of these. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Just like that. And then we're going to make these match that height. Now we're going to also build this up on this side. And it is 8 blocks high, counting the one on the bottom. Perfect. Next thing we need to do is make the border all along. I personally really like having the logs exposed at the top, but you don't have to do it that way. And that border should look just like this. And now we need to make the border on the top, which should mimic right below. And with this part, we're just going to connect it to the lowest over here, like that. Alright, once you have the border done, it should look just like this. And it's really starting to take shape now. Oh, don't forget to close off this side as well. There we go. So the next step of this build is to make the walls. When I make the walls, I put it on the inside to give depth. So just line your building along the inside of the border. And this is where our walls are going to be. Just like that, and now we can continue to build it up to the top borders of each spot. And your house should definitely start looking just like this. Now we can add the roof blocks in, and I am choosing to use stairs and slabs. You can add more of your walling right here to close it off. And we can add a slab overhang to help it create a little bit more depth. So now what you can do is right where we left off the slabs here, continue some slabs. Continue some slabs all the way around that spot, and then we can place some stairs up on top of that, like I have here, and we're just gonna kind of bring this out like a little overhang to the roof. Kind of keep the circle-y shape that we have going. Something like that. Do you want a better angle of it? So I am winging this off the top of my head, so I decided that this was not going to look as good as I thought, so I raised up the tower 3 blocks and I'm redoing the border at the top. Just like that. So we will have some space to put some extra windows up there. Make it look cuter, so we can add a little bit more of our walling. So I think that looks really good. And now we are going to, so now we're going to work on this side of the roof. So on this side of the roof, we're going to continue it like this. And for this portion of the roof, we're just going to go around the sides like this. We're going to cap that off with a wooden slab. And we're going to just finish this side straight like this. Just gonna keep bringing this up as high as we can go and hopefully match it up there. I think roofs are the hardest thing, and I honestly am just making this all up as I go. Not gonna lie, if we break these, we can get them to connect better. I believe I can cap this off now. Here. Perfect. And I believe I can continue this up. Should match up pretty well from what I'm seeing. That looks like it's matching up right here. Wonderful. We can extend here and continue to make an arch. Wonderful, and then I believe we can just continue this, possibly. Now we should slab it off, I believe, like this. And we could probably make it just a little bit taller, maybe. Like that. I think that looks pretty cool. And everything is all connected up. We can fix this on this side and fix that. So in here, we can add more wall. And we can add more walls in here. Perfect. Now we can add the overhang of slabs. Just like we had down here. Just to add a touch of depth that we weren't having before. And I think that's it for the roof. It looks pretty good to me. Really like that. And I just made that up as I went, so that's really fun. Alright. Now that we have the roof, the walls, and the border done, all we have left to do is the detailing. So we're going to add our door in and our windows and make it look pretty on the outside. And I'm really regretting not facing the house in the direction of the sun because it's kind of hard to see the details with the shaders. But we'll fix that. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab the door. I'm going with the dark oak theme because it's my favorite. And we're gonna grab glass and stairs as well. And we're gonna add trapdoors and a button. All right. First things first, let's add our door in. We can add it right here. And also grab one log of whatever floor you're gonna use and put it there because we're gonna need it. And then there you go, you have your door. And we're gonna have our staircase like that so we can hop right in to our home. And we'll do the inside next. So now we can get started on the windows. We can add windows right here. So just add it up like that. And we're going to need to have some of the wall come out like this in the corners. And just add it like that. Beautiful. And we can continue that over here. you just get rid of those, and then anyway, we can add more windows just by adding these on the sides. And connecting them up. Just like that. And we have our windows in a diagonal pattern, and we can do the same up here. And perfect, those are done. We can add a window here. Wonderful. While we're up here, I realized that we had some holes right here. So what we want to do is we want to break off whatever we had here, and we're going to just continue it like this, I think. Just so we can block that off. That, and then we can re-add this portion. That looks better, so we could definitely have that blocked off there. So now we can add some more detailing. What I like to do, I like to add stairs to frame in the walls and make them look more rounded. And you can do that on all of the spots that have squares, which is mostly the whole house. As you can see, it gives it a nice little depth to it. But you can't do it on spots that are only 2. They have to be wider than 2. The next thing I like to do is add trapdoors to the bottoms and the tops of our beams that we have. So I'm gonna go around and add them all to our beams. Alright, and that gives it so much more depth, and now I like to go around and I like to add buttons above and below to give even more depth. Now that we're done with that, I think it's really shaping up, and now we can add shutters to the windows if we so please, which I think I'm gonna do because it just kind of gives it a little bit more depth on our blank walls. Alright, now we can add our lighting to our areas, and I like to use lanterns to just give it a little bit of lighting. Alright, now that I think the outside is done enough for what I like, we can open up our door and we can come inside. And now we can lay down the flooring. So that flooring is just gonna go equal with what we have when you come into the door. These bats are gonna be quite annoying. Alright, now we have the floor all set up down here. Light it up just a little bit while we figure out what we want to do with the inside. So as you can see, where we put in those extra blocks for our windows, we're going to fill that up like this, all the way to the top of where the walls are. That looks a lot better. And we're gonna fill this wall up too. I like to fill up this with more of our roof type block. I think it makes that look really nice. And finish. You can also add just normal wall block if that makes you happier. I believe now we can get rid of this, because we don't need this roof anymore. On the inside, you guys can figure out exactly how you would like to do it yourself. I would honestly make different floors, different levels in here, and just fill it up nicely. I think this is a really nice looking build, and out here you can build up a little farm, and I'm going to do it the way I'd like to, and I'll just show you how I would set this up, but feel free to make it any way you would like. Now that we have that done, we can decorate the outside. Landscaping is a really important tool to make your house feel alive. When I make my paths, I like to use a combination of these blocks. Now the next thing we can do is we can add some fencing around our house. And I think I might go with a cobblestone wall. And the next thing that we can do is we can add some fence posts around the sides of our path, like this. And then you can add lanterns to the top, like little lamp posts. In the back here, we can have little farms for all of your crops. Something I like to do is make bushes however you would like. Just random little bushes here and there. You can also make little rocks like this. Just mix stone and andesite together and then use some slabs to give it some variety. Just like that, now we have a bunch of those, and we can even add a little bit of a pond. I like to make my ponds round. Beautiful. The next thing we need to do is obviously add some trees. I'm going to use spruce trees. Another touch we can do, I was thinking about, is maybe making this have some flower boxes. Oh yeah, I really like that. So let's add some flower boxes around. Just add some grass or some dirt blocks and then just surround it, preferably with a different color of slab. And we can add just a little bit more depth to the house. You don't have to put them everywhere, you can just put them in the front and plant your favorite flowers around. I like to just sprinkle them all over. And then my favorite part is bone meal. I like to bone meal everywhere. One thing I forgot to add is the chimney, which I like to do something like this. And I like to use cobblestone or whatever, and I just put slabs in like that. And then I break the inside and I throw my chimney, or my campfire. I throw my campfire right in there and it looks like a little chimney. And this is the final result. I think it came out super pretty. What do you guys think of this build? The landscaping just really helps it pop out. We can do a little tour and go right around. Our house that we just made, our little Victorian house. We have our crops growing. And it just looks so pretty, and it would look so much better if it was obviously in a biome. But yeah, I think it turned out really good. And then we have the inside that we already did, and yeah, what do you guys think of this build? I think this is a fine stopping point for today's episode, and I hope that everything turned out for you in your build. Do you guys have any suggestions for what you would like to see a tutorial on? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching, and if you have liked my content so far, feel free to boop that subscribe button and give the video a like. It really helps my channel out. And as always, I hope you have a mystical night and happy dreams.